Liverpool could be about to spend over £400 million this summer. Let that sink in for a second. This is a completely different Liverpool to the one we all know. Arne Slot is demanding a new centre forward, and Liverpool are going to give it to him. Should they go for Alexander Isak, the Premier League proven player, or a Bundesliga breakout star in Hugo Ekitike? Let's talk about it. Last season, Slot transformed Liverpool. He built on the foundations that were already there from Klopp, but Liverpool were not the high press and high energy team that we've seen before. And we were a little bit more methodical in our approach. We were slower in build up. Some Liverpool fans liked it, some didn't. But it got us the result that we wanted, and that was a Premier League trophy. But with that evolution, it comes a new option. Nunez has been unfavoured. He's not someone that fits into Slot's style, and Slot wants a new centre forward. So, Isak or Ekitike? Let's start with the numbers because they tell a fascinating story. Last season, Isak was phenomenal. 23 goals and 6 assists in 34 Premier League appearances. That's a goals per 90 minutes rate of 0.75, which puts him in elite company. Ekitike, meanwhile, registered 15 goals and 8 assists in 33 Bundesliga games, 0.52 goals per 90. Now, before we dismiss Ekitike because of obviously not being at the same level as Isak, there's a big difference between the two of them. Isak is a Premier League proven goal scorer. He has 54 goals in 86 games at Newcastle since he joined them 3 years ago. Basically scores a goal every 1.6 games. Ekitike at 23 is still developing, but he has serious versatility, and his assists and chance creation numbers are very, very high in comparison to Isak. Ekitike last season created 42 chances compared to Isak's 18, nearly doubling the Swede's output. He's also superior in aerial duels and successful dribbles. But Isak's conversion rate is significantly higher, showing how clinical he is in the big moments. So this is the likelihood of how Liverpool will line up next season. Frimpong and Bradley might rotate between the two of them. Kanate, Van Dijk, Kirkes on the left-hand side. Gravenberch, McAllister and Wirtz in the 3, and then Salah, Gakpo, and potentially Isak or Ekitike. But we're going to talk about Isak first because that's the one I think most fans are hoping that happens, and because he's Premier League proven, that's the one that we're leading towards. So Isak, we know what you're getting with him. He's the complete modern day striker. Some people compare him to Thierry Henry in the way that he plays. He's silk, he's good on the ball, and he's very good at making runs in behind. Something that is a little bit separate or different to Ekitike. So if you're playing as McAllister or Wirtz and you see Isak consistently making out runs in behind, then that's what you want. And Isak, we know, can score every single type of goal. He usually likes to play in between, basically, the box, in between here. And he's very rarely going to rotate out of this area. So he knows that to obviously get the conversion rate, to be up there, to be getting the goals, to be getting basically in front of them opportunities, he needs to be within this area, and that's where he likes to play. Sometimes he might drift out a little bit to the left and you'll have Gakpo coming inside, which is I think a normal kind of rotation between the two, because sometimes we like to see players that can rotate, especially in this Liverpool team, across the front 3. But for the most part, Isak is going to be in this area. Ekitike, on the other hand, as we said earlier on, his chance creation is unbelievable for someone of his age, and for obviously playing in a team that is very highly possession based, which is what Liverpool's team at the minute with Slot is like. So when you have Ekitike playing in here, you'll have Wirtz, McAllister, obviously chance creators themselves, but you'll have Salah making them inverted runs, Gakpo making them inverted runs. You'll have Frimpong coming up on either side, and that's how Liverpool will likely look to move to create their chances. You'll have Ekitike dropping in, so he'll be playing a little bit in here. Obviously, he can create chances himself. We've shown that earlier on. And you'll have Salah and Gakpo kind of being the main outlets. So that's two very different styles in how they play, how they create chances for themselves, and how they score goals. But the main thing is how do they fit into Arne Slot's style? As I said earlier, Slot's Liverpool approach has definitely evolved significantly. Gone are the days of pure Genjin pressing chaos. Slot wants more control, more patient build-up, but with the ability to explode in high-intensity attacks. So you kind of almost want a mix of Ekitike in terms of how he's very good at bringing other people into play, creating chances, but then having that explosive impact of Isak, which Newcastle are so good at doing when they are hitting teams on the counter-attack. Isak's fit to Slot style is probably a little bit more aligned because you get someone that is very high pressing, is clinical in front of goal. Liverpool don't need to create half as many chances because of how good he is in the box. Ekitike presents a different proposition altogether because his chance creation is a lot higher. He's going to bring other people into play a lot more than Isak can. And in Liverpool's high energy and possession game, I think that would probably be a very valuable asset to have. However, with the likes of Wirtz, McAllister, the question is do Liverpool need that now? The concern with Ekitike is, will he be able to handle the Premier League's intensity? There's been reports saying that he doesn't usually like to relish the physical battles, and with that, when you play teams like Burnley or Sheffield United, that would be a concern. Isak, we know, he's Premier League proven. He will be able to handle those battles easily. Then you come to money and availability. Isak, he's probably valued at £150 million. Liverpool have to break their transfer record again this summer to go out and get him. Ekitike, slightly more favourable, with him being 23 and probably about 75 to 90 million is what is being reported. There's also the fact that Frankfurt are willing to sell Ekitike for the money that they could potentially get, whereas Newcastle, they do not want to sell Isak at all. So it's going to be a lot more difficult to get him over the line. The good thing is there doesn't seem to be any competition, and if Liverpool are going to submit a bid, then Isak could potentially have his head turned and try to push through the move to Liverpool. So who should Liverpool choose? I think the answer is, if you want immediate success, Premier League proven, quality, even though the money is going to be higher, you go for Alexander Isak. Liverpool are at the brink of building a super team, a team that could dominate for the next 2 or 3 years. And if they go out and sign Isak, I feel like obviously the concern some of the other fan bases are having around Liverpool going out and get him, it just sets down such a marker. So I think the obvious choice is Liverpool go out and get Alexander Isak, even though Ekitike right now is a very good option for the value and obviously the chance creation, the build-up play that he does bring to any team that he does sign for. But let me know what you think in the comments. Should Liverpool go after Isak, or is his price value way too much? Or should we go for Ekitike